All right, so we got another product from Bixby. Um, Bixby. I would have added this to the other video, but this is a completely different product, just same company. So I figured it deserved its own video. These are sunglasses. Nice metal tin they send them to you in. It does come with like a molded plastic piece like the other stuff. I just found, for me personally, I prefer just throwing these. Oh, they come in a nice bag too, by the way. With their little logo on it. I just found it was easier for me just to take that out and dump these in the box when I wasn't wearing them. So hopefully this comes across in the video because these are very nice sunglasses and very affordable. I think, again, I don't want to quote prices, but I believe they're under 40. I think they're far less than 40 if I'm not mistaken, like closer to 20 to 30. But again, I don't want to quote prices because they may have changed it or whatever. But far under 40 in my mind is what I'm thinking. Um, Now I'm gonna be transparent. This is not the ones I ordered. Um, I always like to be honest when I make reviews. I ordered a completely different design. Or ordered more of like a Wayfarer design with the little studs. The ones they sell and make don't have the studs, but it was like the frame shape. And then I got sent these, and when I messaged them and told them that they sent me the wrong ones, they were like, "Oh, our bad," and that was basically it. Like they didn't reach out to me and be like, "Oh, well, let's send you the correct ones." None of that. They were just like, "Sorry for that." Um, so just keep that in mind. I don't think that's any reflection on them because I did get sent these. It wasn't like I purchased this stuff. Um, but even though I was sent this stuff, I still feel like you should know. And I just feel like, as I tell any company I work with, in situations like that, I am also testing out customer service. So, yeah, I get that I didn't buy this stuff, and probably in any other situation, if I did purchase something like this, they would have probably offered me an exchange or a refund or something. But I'm reviewing the product as well as the company, and being that you weren't even like offering to send me anything in exchange when it was your mess up, kind of crappy in my opinion. Um, to be perfectly honest, on my end, if they would have offered, I probably would have declined just because. I mean, I still got a product to review. I don't necessarily need the other ones. I wasn't purchasing them. But again, overall, as reviewing the company as a whole and their customer service, I do feel like that's kind of messed up. To not even offer, you know what I mean? Like I said, all they said was, "Oh, I thought I sent you the correct one. Our bad," and that was basically it. But again, I know I didn't buy these, so they don't owe me anything. I just feel like this kind of crappy on their part. But to the actual review, um, beautiful glasses. Again, I believe they're acetate. They feel every bit and look every bit as good as a pair of acetate sunglasses. I wear eyeglasses most of the time, and I usually wear Ray-Bans. Those are acetate, and they look every bit as quality as my Ray-Bans. Like they've got the metal hinges. They don't spring like some glasses do. My Ray-Bans don't, but they don't have the springs like the where they go that way, but they are metal. Um, this is the design that they ended up sending me, which is not it's not bad. It's still about a 50s, 60s kind of vibe frame. Um, I like that they've got these little red points on the arms. I think that's kind of neat. I believe this frame style is the Zyl, because that's what it says right here, ZYL. I don't know if you can see that. So if you do want this particular frame, I think that's the style that they sent me. Um, they do say Bixby right there on the side in silver on both sides. It's raised. I can't say for certain if it's like an engraved thing that they took a piece and then glued it in, or if it's just like engraved into the frame somehow. I don't know. But regardless, it's there. I don't honestly think it would come off or anything if you wore these a long time. The only thing that might come off is the silver paint might come off. I'm just trying to be thorough. It's not a huge deal if it does. They are made in China, but what isn't? But yeah, they're beautiful, well-made sunglasses. Um, Again, I think they're far under $40. Um, Even has the logo etched into the lens. I don't know how well you can see that. Right there. Yeah, you can see me sitting on my porch, my tripod. My one and only complaint, other than customer service, because again, I didn't buy these, so they don't technically owe me anything, but I still feel like they should have offered. Um, my only real complaint is the lenses are not dark enough. Um, Even though these are like a really nice pair of sunglasses for not a lot of money, the lenses are fairly light. Me personally, when I'm wearing a pair of sunglasses, I don't want you to be able to see my eyes. And I know some people say, well, that's just normal. Just depends on the brand or the price or whatever. And I get that, but like these are light. Like I wear generally, if I'm wearing cheap sunglasses, I'll wear like the the Foster Grants from Walmart. They're like the Wayfarer style, and I like them. It's not that I can't afford nice glasses. I have Ray Bans and um, I can't even think of what they're called. Ray Bans and Oakley's and all those other brands. It's just for what I want in a pair of sunglasses. Those fit everything I need. They're scratch resistant. They're polarized. They have a nice frame. I believe they also stretch, and they're only like $10. So if I lose them or break them, I'm not going to cry about it. But those have really light lenses. These are lighter. And again, I don't expect them to be completely black where you can't see my eyes. It's just I do a test when I buy sunglasses, and if it doesn't pass that test, it kind of just sucks. Um, but I put them on in front of the mirror in the bathroom, and then I turn the bathroom lights off or on, not off. I turn the bathroom lights on and look in the mirror, and if you can see my eyes, they're not dark enough. Um, I just feel like personally, visually, these would look a lot better if the lenses were just a tad darker. That's just me being picky. Again, perfectly fine, they do everything they're supposed to do. I wear them all the time. I love them. It's just if I'm finding something to be picky about and also wanting to tell you about it at the same time in the review, the lenses could be darker. I'm outside right now wearing these. Of course, there's going to be something on them because I'm trying to review them. Also, to be warned, they are not scratch resistant because the amount of times that I've worn them, I've only ever stuck them back in the bag when not wearing them, and I've been careful with them while wearing them, never dropped them. And just for me wearing them and sticking them back in this bag and then back in the metal tin, they do have scratches on the lenses. Not like horrible, but you know what I mean. If a pair of sunglasses isn't scratch resistant, you'll know because like the wind blowing too hard will scratch them. So just keep that in mind because I have scratches right here now, and like when I wear them, I can see it and it bugs me. But yeah, see what I mean? Like I'm just sitting on my porch. It's kind of shady where I'm sitting, and you can still kind of see my eyes. Again, not a huge issue. I'm just pointing that out because this is a review. And again, it's something that I would prefer, but everybody's different. Some people like their lenses to be a little lighter. Very stylish frame, very comfortable. They actually fit over the ears, unlike my Ray-Bans. My Ray-Bans kind of sit up because they're made weird. They kind of hug the head instead of curving over the ears. But yeah, these, like, they go over the ears. They're nice and comfortable. Also have a big head, so unless you have a humongous head, they are, in my opinion, big head friendly. But yeah, I do dig them. It's just certain little things kind of suck. You know what I mean? Uh, these scratches are getting on my nerves. Sorry. I can't stand it when there's stuff in the front. I was trying to hopefully buff them out some, but yeah, it's not coming off. But yeah, they're right here and bugging me. But yeah, overall, still a cool pair of sunglasses. Um, I feel like if you're the kind of person that likes designer sunglasses but doesn't like the designer price, um, these would be perfect for you because in that kind of price range where you want nice sunglasses but you don't want to spend like over 30 bucks, there's nothing really out there. Unless you go to like knockarounds or something like that. But even then, honestly, unless you pay to get them customized, which I think is like 40, 50 bucks, you can't get anything that looks, you know what I mean? Like they don't have that fashion look or that expensive look. They still look like a pair of knockarounds, and not to mention they have to have the logo and stuff on them. And just how they do their logos doesn't, to me, look expensive. If that makes sense. Um, but yeah, there's nothing out there, especially in this price range, that I can think of that would be comparable. Because like I said, your options, like you go to Walmart, most of those sunglasses look cheap. You know what I mean? Um, so if you like fashionable, nice, over $100 sunglasses, you're gonna have to pay for them. And again, these don't have anti-scratch and all that stuff that kind of sucks. But again, I think they're right around 20 to 30 bucks, maybe a little more. I'm not sure. Again, I haven't looked, but I mean, for what they are, most people probably have never heard of this company. And so if you were wearing these, most people would look at these and be like, "Oh my God, where'd you get those? Like those look expensive." You know what I mean? Like they look like you spent at least $100 on them. And then, like I said, they have those nice little red tips. That's kind of like their thing, and their nice little logo, and they're all like fashionable, nice styles that people know and love. I believe they also coming out of the colors. I want to say like a tortoise and maybe one other color. Um, they have like aviators and the Wayfarer style and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, they look very fashionable. If you didn't know any better, you would just think I spent money on these glasses. It's my neighbor, like my one and only neighbor that's like 2 miles that way. Anyway, yeah, if you didn't know better, you would think I spent a lot of money on these sunglasses. Again, the anti-scratch part sucks, but you get what you pay for. Like I said, if you're wanting really nice looking glasses that look like you spent a lot of money, this is the way I would go. Really nice bag. One of those bags that you can also use as a cleaning cloth because it's the same material as the cleaning cloths are. It's not that really cheap nylon material that you get usually for free. It's really nice. I think it's called terry cloth or whatever. The stuff you usually get to clean your glasses with. It's like the whole bag's that material. It's really nice. And then, as I said, you get this nice tin um, with it, and that's the way it comes. And mine's kind of dented in some spots, but that's just because I throw them in the car, maybe hit them with my elbow or something while I'm in the car. But it protects the glasses. You're not gonna have to worry about them getting broke. But definitely a good buy if you like fashionable looking, expensive looking sunglasses and don't want that high price. So highly recommend them. Um, if you don't scratch your glasses often or you don't mind glasses that can get scratched, there you go. Also, if you're just looking for a cheap pair of glasses that look expensive, that maybe you could take to your eye doctor and get a pair of prescription lenses popped in, or even prescription sunglass lenses popped in. I'm pretty sure you could do that because they're every bit as well made as like a pair of Ray-Bans. Um, and my Wayfarers originally were sunglasses, and they popped out the lenses and put my eyeglasses in that were also transitions. So I'm assuming if you can do that with those, you can do that with these. So save you a little bit of money on some nice looking everyday sunglasses or everyday eyeglasses. And maybe you could do the same thing with the lenses too. Maybe you could find a company that makes replacement lenses. If you're super picky and you're like, I love these frames, but I hate the lenses, I'm sure you could probably go somewhere that does replacement lenses and have them make a laser cut set of lenses for these just to pop in. I don't know. I know there's companies that do that, but as far as these being like a different brand, I don't. Oh God, I'm moving my leg. I don't know if you could get these, but that's just an option if that's something you can do. But yeah, that's all for this video. Till next time, stay blessed and be blessed.